Okay, so here's a quick little thing on lenses. I mentioned it a little bit in the in a previous video, so I wanted to go through like why I think they're really cool and using an example use case of it. So I've got a React component here, and it's basically a handle change on the form. So when anything happens, then what we want to do is we want to build up what the new state is. Of course, we want to do it immutably. The thing is, though, is that my form is not a trivial form anymore because it's actually meta information about the form, and it has the value here as a subcomponent, or as a subproperty of it. So this form has two inputs, an ID and a name. The ID is a number, the name is text, etc. Right? So you get the titles and then the values or whatever. So what I really want to do is that if someone types something in here into the name field, then we want this value to populate. And so this may look very similar. So the state for what we have here is a form as a property, and then on also have data as another property, just to show that it's a little bit more complex than what you may have on the initial tutorials for some of this stuff. So obviously a way that we could solve this is to come down here and within our handle change, and we've got all these object assigns and everything. Full disclosure here, this may not even be exactly accurate. There's a lot of different things going on here. I could help clean it out in a few different ways, but the thing is that if we were to modify anything else up here with this form, then this is going to have to change pretty dramatically to keep up, and it has to be in complete sync with not only what our state is here, but then also what our form is, and whatever state that we actually want to change. And so then we can set the state. Now the good thing here is that it is immutable, but this is where we can actually use lenses. And again, I'm going to show using some stuff from Ramda. Actually two functions from Ramda, and I'll just go ahead and mark them as such here with Ramda. So one is lens path, and so lens path takes an array, and it basically traverses our object hierarchy to get to the property that we want. So we're going to say that the lens path is, we're going to start from state. So we're going to get the form property, and then we're going to get the event target name. And so if you've done any of this kind of stuff with form stuff from React, then if I'm changing if an on-change event happens, and it happens on the input whose name is ID, then the event target name is going to be ID. So we've gone from our state now to our form, and then what we want to do is to get the value property inside that. And so you see very easily that right here is just an array traversing down through. And then we use this r.set. So r.set takes a lens, which once again, a lens is what we built up here, just a way of getting or setting values immutably. And we take the value from the event target, and we then apply all of that to this .state coming from here to get our new value. And then we can just pass that new value into set state. So we immutably changed this. We created a new copy. This did not mutate the existing form or the existing state. It created a new copy of that, and the only thing that we changed was the value of the specific property on the form that was changed. And so so that's what we end up with. So very, very clean. If our state model changes at all, if we nest form inside of something else, if we do anything else crazy, our code doesn't get any more difficult. If we had my sub property and then form, it would just be this. In the example above here, with this, we're still having to go all the way across the page again to add a whole other thing of property and then the rest operator to be able to get that to work. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful to someone, and let me know what you think. Thanks.